Sometimes, we may believe we have control over sex, but in reality, it can trap us and affect our consciousness. When sexual desires arise, they can poison our innocence and simplicity by being driven by passion. Sex can be enslaving for men, as they can be controlled by their biology, hormones, and bodily chemicals. It is important to open our eyes and become aware of this trap, avoiding getting stuck in the darkness. Some people are unaware of this trap and only see sex as a source of pleasure. Breaking free from this trap becomes nearly impossible for them because they fail to recognize any issue with it. They're like animals in a zoo, comfortable because they are fed and safe from danger, but they are unaware that they are confined in a cage. Engaging in sex can make us lose self-awareness and keep us fixated on external experiences. It is not considered a sin, but rather a distraction that prevents us from truly knowing ourselves. We need to question what we gain from sex. Throughout history, religions have held strong beliefs and moral codes about sex and sexuality. They emphasize sexual restraint and self-control as a means to uphold moral standards and maintain social order within religious communities. By condemning certain sexual acts or behaviors, religious leaders aim to guide their followers towards righteousness. However, religion should also engage in conversations that go beyond condemnation and explore the transformative power of sexual energy. It is crucial to delve into the psychological, emotional, and spiritual dimensions of sex and the transmutation of sexual energy. When people allow their instincts to guide them and engage in sexual intercourse, they may think they are experiencing something extraordinary on a physical level. However, their minds can deceive them into believing they are in a special place with a special person when, in reality, they are trapped in a problem. One problem that can arise is an addiction to the pleasurable feelings associated with sex. During sex, our bodies release chemicals that create a sense of euphoria. For some individuals, this creates a vicious cycle where they chase this euphoria and become addicted to the chemical release. However, this euphoria is short-lived and does not bring lasting happiness or personal growth. After fulfilling the desire, moments of clarity may arise where we understand deep down that it was unnecessary. We may feel weakness entering our bodies. However, these moments are temporary, and we soon find ourselves trapped in desire and longing once again. The problem lies in the fact that fulfilling our desires never truly brings fulfillment. Even if we achieve what we wanted, nothing significant changes, and we are left unsatisfied. It becomes a never-ending cycle. The pursuit of desires never leads to true fulfillment, as genuine fulfillment lies in being free from desires altogether. Desires, by their very nature, perpetuate an endless cycle of longing and temporary satisfaction. They oscillate between two states: the yearning to fulfill a desire and the fleeting satisfaction of having fulfilled it, just like a cigarette smoker who craves a smoke. Once the desire is satisfied, it resurfaces after a short span of time. If you observe such a smoker, you'll likely find them lighting up another cigarette within 30 minutes, caught in an unending loop. This pattern repeats throughout the day, trapping the smoker in a ceaseless cycle of desire and temporary fulfillment. Even if the desire is fulfilled, the smoker knows that in another half an hour, they will once again be left unsatisfied. True fulfillment, therefore, stems from relinquishing desires and discovering alternative ways to experience life. It is crucial that we refrain from investing excessive time and energy in pursuing insatiable desires that divert our attention from our authentic nature. True fulfillment comes from letting go of desires and finding a different way to experience life. We must stop spending so much time fulfilling insatiable desires that distract us from our true nature. If we continue down this path, When will we have time to connect with the divine presence that is trying to reach us? When confronted with sexual desire, the appropriate response lies in cultivating a more meditative state of being. If desires arise within us, there is no need to panic or become anxious. Instead, we can choose to meditate on those desires by simply acknowledging their presence and maintaining a state of mindfulness. We can witness the desires without judgment. Through this practice of awareness and vigilance, the energy contained within those desires can be transformed into something else. The path to celibacy should be embarked upon gradually. It is essential to gradually release anything that consistently pulls us towards sexuality. This process may prove challenging, as very few individuals have succeeded on their initial attempt. Nonetheless, perseverance is key. We must continue to move forward and persist in our efforts. Each attempt brings us closer to our goal, and with determination, we can make progress along this transformative journey. It is worth considering the idea of experiencing freedom from desires, including the desire for sexual gratification, at least once in our lives. By freedom, I mean liberating ourselves from the constant longing to satisfy our sexual desires. When consumed by lust and overwhelmed by its presence, we can find solace by closing our eyes, entering a state of silence, and engaging in meditation focused on the energy that surrounds us. We should observe it, attempt to feel it, and even endeavor to connect with it. By doing so, we will witness a remarkable transformation. If you dedicate just 10 days to this practice, you will discern that no sexual encounter can rival the beauty that emerges when you observe your lust and, through mindfulness, witness it dissipating. In that serene stillness, you will encounter a profound silence that belongs to a realm beyond the realm of tranquility and transcendence. As you shift your focus from an obsession with sex to embracing the accessible energy, you will witness this energy coming alive within you, dancing and pulsating with newfound vitality. During the first stages of your practice, the energy within you seeks sexual release, as it is the typical outlet for its expression. However, one must first become conscious of their downward tendencies, the patterns that lead to sexual release. Through knowledge and a deliberate choice to refrain from cooperating with those tendencies, these doors can be closed. Contrary to appearances, sex is not inherently violent. It is a temporary surge of energy that lasts for a brief period. It is not a constant struggle. Embracing this practice will immerse you in a pool of pure vital energy. This energy will elevate your aspirations towards higher, more divine pursuits. It grants you strength, endurance, mental acuity, and, most importantly, heightened consciousness. You will feel the flow of vitality coursing through your entire being, a creative life force residing within you. Once you acknowledge this energy, the next time you disregard it, you will notice a profound difference. Your awareness will awaken, and you will instantly sense the energy leaving your body. Weakness will envelop you, and drowsiness will set in as you regress into unconsciousness. Yet, this experience serves a purpose. It reveals to you the existence of another realm of pleasure, a castle beyond the familiar one. You have elevated yourself from the entrapment of desires only to momentarily return. You now possess the knowledge that the grass is indeed greener on the other side, but the struggle against urges and desires must persist each day. It is within your power to control them and harness the available energy, transforming it into something profound. It is important to distinguish between two types of celibates. Those who have imposed celibacy upon themselves without understanding, harming themselves in the process, and those who have embarked on a journey of comprehending sexuality. The latter have observed, experienced, and delved into its essence over time, eventually realizing its futility. Your sexual desires stem from the essence of passion within you. It is crucial not to suppress or deny this passion or the accompanying desires. Any form of suppression is detrimental to your soul, mind, and body, as it creates a division within yourself. Engaging in a battle against your own energies only perpetuates this internal conflict. Instead, maintain a state of alertness and understanding. The journey towards celibacy does not involve suppressing or repressing your impulses, for doing so will only keep you fixated on them. Suppressed aspects require continuous suppression, and if you try to move away from them, there is a risk of their resurfacing. True freedom can never arise from repression. In fact, repression turns you into a slave, as anything you suppress gains control over you. It is vital to transform these energies rather than suppress them. Consider these energies as raw materials within you, containing diamonds that need polishing and untapped potential, waiting to be realized. The first step is to be aware of and accept these energies, then work towards integrating them into your being. Through this process, the refinement of these energies occurs, guiding you towards enlightenment and spiritual liberation. These energies will guide you towards the path of awareness, leading you to discover true happiness. Many individuals mistakenly seek happiness solely through bodily sensations. They believe that pleasure and sensory experiences equate to happiness, but this perspective is rooted in our animalistic tendencies. Pleasures are transient by nature, and it is impossible to remain in a constant state of pleasure. If happiness were solely derived from pleasure, then it too would be fleeting. However, it is essential to recognize that there exists a state of happiness beyond the pursuit of pleasure. It is a profound psychological experience that brings fulfillment and enduring contentment. We can refer to this state as bliss, a state of awareness untainted by pride, ego, and the incessant pursuit of desire. In this state, joy is found in silence, and it bestows a deeper sense of satisfaction and lasting contentment. When you reside in this state of bliss, you embrace the present moment and experience life in a unique way. You become connected to the divine essence within you, and a profound sense of happiness permeates your being. Pleasure may bind you. Conventional happiness offers some freedom, but it is through bliss that true liberation is found. Therefore, aspire towards bliss, avoiding the allure of temporary pleasures. Strive for genuine happiness and embrace the inherent bliss that resides within you. Once you have experienced true bliss, the allure of sex diminishes, the desire for it fades away, and you naturally transition into celibacy, embodying the principles of brahmacharya. True consciousness always transcends mere sexuality. It is important to understand that celibacy without the practice of meditation becomes nothing more than sexual suppression. In fact, without meditation, the mind may become increasingly sexualized, leading to an overflow of fantasies and sexual dreams. Brahmacharya is not a rejection of passion. Rather, it involves purifying, transcending, and sublimating it. Similarly, the energy that fuels aggression can be transformed into tranquility. The way you harness and direct your sexual energy will shape your experience. Its potential is not solely determined by external factors, but also by your interpretation and way of life. Love is the creative refinement of sexual energy. When love is perfect, there arises no need for sexual activity. Those who seek liberation from sex must cultivate their capacity for love. Brahmacharya is a path of love and abstaining from sexual pleasures. Repression alone does not lead to freedom from sex. Love is the only way to transcend it and attain true freedom. When it comes to sex, it is important not to criticize or judge it. Instead, embrace it. Avoid dividing yourself or your being into separate compartments. Accept the presence of anger, greed, or any other emotion that may arise. This acceptance does not imply complacency. Rather, it creates internal harmony, empowering you to move beyond those emotions.